It is within this radial dynamic that the concept of diversity has emerged, a construct that reflects the network's pursuit of radial representation. Diversity has become the watchword of our cultural moment, a banner under which myriad voices are gathered, promising a renewed, kaleidoscopic vision of humankind. Yet this proclamation, at times little more than a marketing slogan, is too frequently brandished without a keen appreciation of its deeper, inherited underpinnings. In an age enamored with the frenzy of trends, new ways of self-description, new vantage points on personhood, new categories of belonging, there is a tendency to forget that our most profound identities germinate from histories we did not choose. Strands of DNA entwined with the stories of our ancestors, shaped and reshaped through the flux of culture, personal preference, and idiosyncratic inclination. This tension is nowhere more evident than in Hollywood, where the label diverse has become a commodity in itself, a glossy emblem that purports to speak for a broader spectrum of identities, yet often, ironically, flattens those very identities into a convenient selling point. One might liken this to a theatrical performance of inclusion, where the lights beam down upon an assortment of faces carefully assembled for demographic reach, ensuring that box office returns reflect a multiplicity of ticket-buying audiences. The industry's siren call of diversity, therefore, can ring hollow, a stirring promise too frequently severed from the lived realities of individuals whose complexities surpass the superficial categories onto which they have been slotted. To be clear, the aspiration for a world in which more voices are heard is not in itself misguided. Indeed, expanding cultural representation is a noble endeavor, one we are called to pursue. But the virtue of genuine diversity lies in its capacity to acknowledge the irreducible complexity of each person's inheritance, to recognize that we are all shaped by transgenerational memories quietly carried in our blood, as much as we are shaped by the immediate environment and personal will. Diversity's philosophical essence is lost when it is invoked merely as a tool for financial gain, applied like a patchwork veneer to appease or attract certain demographics. It becomes an empty incantation, severed from the deeper truths that give it meaning. Today, the glorification of new identities emerges from the same wellspring that prizes novelty for novelty's sake. Under this paradigm, identity becomes endlessly customizable, a set of surface traits one might fluidly exchange. Yet we ignore at our own risk that a person's foundation runs deeper than any transient self-description. Our genealogical, cultural, and personal narratives are not easily cast aside. They persist as sedimentary layers within us, shaping and reshaping our perspectives, even if we try to bury them beneath contemporary buzzwords and corporate slogans. Thus, the question that arises is not whether diversity is important. Indeed, it remains a critical aspect of collective flourishing, but whether the heralded diversity of our popular media is a genuine exploration of nuanced identities or a polished simulacrum designed to fill seats and capture headlines. I turn on the TV and almost always see an artificial blend of 5 people from different backgrounds, seemingly placed together without reason, and the falseness of it pulls me out of the story in the blink of an eye. Hollywood must realize that true diversity requires more than a color-coordinated cast. It demands an engagement with the histories and destinies that unite and distinguish us. It calls upon us to recognize the lifelong interplay between what we inherit, genetically, culturally, psychologically, and what we choose in each passing moment to make of ourselves. A more authentic embodiment of diversity would embrace contradiction, complexity, and the tension between personal agency and ancestral legacy. We would celebrate the human tapestry not as a strategic demographic mosaic, but as an ongoing narrative, written with threads of memory and longing as much as with pen and ink.